What is up, guys? It is me, girl Shant'e, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome back. If you aren't new, scratch that, welcome back, period. Shout out to Super Soul for sponsoring this video, y'all. This shirt is so freaking cute. I actually love this brand. Leave his stuff down in the description so you guys can go shop, but he got a whole bunch of collections. I tied it up in the bag, so yeah, but it's really cute. Okay, anyway, y'all can see by this title, he ghosted me, y'all. And when I mean he ghosted me, ooh, listen, God don't like ugly, and I hope he double back for you. So I'm gonna name this guy Boomerang. That's what I'm gonna name him. I'm gonna name him Boomerang. Okay, so I ended up meeting Boomerang through Instagram. Well, you know what was okay, I'm gonna give y'all the backstory of how when I really met him when that time comes. So I'm gonna give y'all backstory. So boom, me and my cousin, I can call her real name, me and my cousin Kayla, we used to be on Instagram back in the day, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, literally just on live, checking people, roasting people. Like, we used to call it, that was our show. Like, that was what we had going on. Like, a lot of people used to come on there and they used to just cry loud. We used to be up doing all types of stuff, talent shows, everything. So boom, he used to come and dib and dab, and his Instagram name will pop up frequently. So we used to be seeing him and he used to engage, but we never knew who he was. So one day we just went to clicking on anybody who commented. We went to clicking on their profile, because at this point we finna roast you at this point. So we clicked this page and I was just like, why do he look so familiar? Like, he looks so familiar, and I couldn't put my finger on why he looked it familiar. So we like, who is he? Like, who is him? So we had got off that live or whatever, and we ended up FaceTiming each other, and we just got on his Instagram. We was like, let's do our research, let's see who this is. So we ended up clicking on his tags as per usual, and we seen him in a picture with this girl who we also knew. So we was like, oh, that's who she been posting, this her nigga, like, this her nigga. So we was just cracking up so hard. We was cracking up so bad, y'all. When I tell you we was cracking up so bad, because if you know, you know. So we just cracking up. One day, I was around one of my homegirls or whatever, and I was like, girl, I done found out, you know, who such and such talked to. I done finally figured out, because she used to like post his arm and stuff or whatever, and I just remember that specific tattoo on the back of his arm, and I'm like, who the heck got that tatted on him, and who is talking to this girl willingly? Like, who is talking to her? So my homegirl was like, girl, that's Boomerang. So I'm like, okay, like, who's Boomerang? So she was like, remember that day we was downtown, we was walking downtown, and you and the boy, I said, what's up, Boomerang? And you turned around, you asked me, y'all looked at each other, and you asked me who that was, and I was like, oh, that's him. So she was like, yes. I say, dang, you might want to go help him, because he look like he in distress in that relationship. So we just went to cracking up, because if y'all know the girl, y'all just gonna be like, Lord have mercy, a snapping turtle. I hope that's all that's in there. Look at her, a snapper. We get back on live. The next time we got on live and he got on, I told my cousin, I was like, oh, I listen, if you pop back in, I'm gonna talk my trash. So boom, he pops back in there, of course. So boom, as he popped back in, I was like, oh yeah, I called out his Instagram name. I was like, oh yeah, such and such, because I can't tell y'all that his Instagram name, because it's still his Instagram name to this day. So I'm like, oh yeah, such and such, I know who you is. I was like, I bet you don't know who I am. So he was like, nah. He was like, you look familiar. We both kept saying we look familiar. So he was like, you look familiar though. So I ended up telling him the story about downtown, and he was like, oh, that's why you look so familiar. So we started laughing. I said, I also know who you talk to too. So he was like, oh Lord. So we was crying. He was like, I'm actually single. They had broke up. He was like, nah, I'm single, I don't talk to that girl, blah 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 blah. I said, nah, don't get on the ground fronting on her. Nah, don't be fronting on her like that. So y'all, when I tell you, me and him, like, I can say to this day, he cool now. Like, me and him cool. Well, we not cool, but you know what I'm saying, ain't no beef, ain't no smoke. But we used to laugh at this situation all the time. So he had got on live, was like, oh, I'm single, I don't talk to nobody, da 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 da. And it's so crazy, because it was around Valentine's Day. You know, we ended up seeing him in a hotel with his ex or whatever, and it wasn't really what we thought. Like, we thought they was, you know what I'm saying, they was in love, but that was not it. They wasn't in love or whatever. So we just cracked the joke. Every time he get on live, we would talk about that or whatever. So boom, one day, it was me and my best friend sitting down, and I was on live, and he was with his best friend. So I was on live by myself, but my best friend was at my house. So we was just chopping it up. So then he ended up getting on live. So I was like, he ended up getting my number. So I ended up, I was like, I want to book you or something. He a DJ. So he was like, I want to book you, or I was like, I want to book you or something or whatever. I can't remember what I was talking about, but I ended up giving him my number, y'all. So we got off live and he ended up FaceTiming me, y'all. We just looked at each other and laughed so hard because we literally used to cry laugh at each other so hard. Like, he just as goofy as me. So it was just fun having somebody that's literally just as goofy as you. So boom, we ended up hitting it off the first FaceTime. Like, we ended up hitting it off. We were so cool, so close. So we started talking, and then he ended up making me his girlfriend. So we started talking, we started dating. Y'all, when I tell y'all know the cupcake phase, this was the cupcake phase time 2691. Like, yeah, it was given 7,692 times better. It was just the mushy, gushy, ooey gooey world. This was the real ooey gooey world. Like, we was so mushy. Like, we was on the phone 24/8. He would call me on his lunch break. I would call him, because at this time I was a hostess at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So like, we would just be on the phone 24/8. Like, couldn't nobody separate us. Literally, like, we would be on the phone. We'll literally do a whole routine rundown. Like, get on the phone, I get off of work. The latest I get off to work at 9 o'clock. By the time I get off, he ready to take a shower, I'm ready to take a shower. We on FaceTime taking showers. Like, we was like that. Like, we was inseparable, and it was so crazy. So we was dating for like a month, honestly. Like, we was dating for like a month, and we did not have one argument. Like, we did not argue at all. So I was just like, oh my god, this is my husband. Like, we not even arguing. Like, I said, yeah, he gonna marry me. Yeah, that's my man, period. That's how I felt. So boom, I want to say a week after the month, he was texting me, but he was texting like back real slow, and I was just like, like, okay, now you texting a little slower than usual. But I wasn't tweaking, because I'm like, okay, maybe work picked up or whatever, so we do the woo. So then it got to the point, one day I ended up texting him, and it took him forever to text me back that morning. And I'm just like, well, what you doing? Why I ain't heard from you? So boom, I get on Instagram, he on Instagram. So I'm like, hold on. So I get on Instagram and I swipe up. You know me, I'm gonna speak my mind. So I'm like, well, why you not texting me back? Like, you could be on Instagram. I think my exact words was, you could be on Instagram, but you can't text me back. So he didn't say nothing. He literally looked at it. So I'm like, I'm going through our text, man. I'm like, did I say something? Like, am I missing something? Did we get into an argument that I just don't know about? So boom, he never replied back, y'all. And when I mean he never replied back, like, he didn't unfollow me on social media or nothing. Like, this man was literally posting on social media and not replying, not answering my phone. So I'm like, what the freak? So I'm literally calling my best friend. I'm like, girl, this boy is not responding. So I think I had her text him, wasn't responding. So I'm like, what the freak? It was so strange to me, because I'm just like, we didn't argue, nothing. Like, what the freak? Boom. So a couple of days go by, you know, after a while, I'm not gonna beat you down about it. Like, it is what it is at this point. So I just sent him a paragraph, and I was just like, I just find it really strange that you just stopped talking to me out of nowhere. Like, if it's somebody else, just let me know. If you on that weird, just let me know. Like, if it's somebody, baby, please let me know. But don't let me catch her, because I'll run up on the hole like a mild fever, period. But it's just a simple fact that, why is you playing with me, sir? Like, I'm not finna, come on now. Come on, be for real. If you're gonna be anything, be for real, Boomerang. Be for real. Be effing for real. So he just not replying. So after I sent him the long paragraph or whatever, he was just like, nothing. He said nothing. He read it, said nothing. I'm just like, you're lame as. But I was cool with his sister and his sister's girlfriend. So I end up texting his sister. I'm like, what's up with your brother? Like, why he not texting me back? Like, what's going on? So she ended up being a mediator, and she couldn't get out what he was really trying to say. So I ended up calling his sister's girlfriend, because I'm like, is Boomerang talking to somebody else? Just somebody, please let me know, because I'm not. Did he go back to his ex-girlfriend? Like, what's up? So y'all, she literally, and I just found this so stupid, but it was really true. Like, it was stupid, but it was true. So she was like, I'm about to tell you something I ain't never heard a nigga say, like, being completely honest. He was just like, Shant'e, basically he told her that where I was in life, he wasn't there with me. Like, he felt like I was too advanced, or I was too much for him. Like, he felt basically in a nutshell that I was too good to be true. Like, he got scared of the relationship, so he pulled back because he felt like he was scared to be in love. And he was like, he wasn't going in the situation like with bad intentions of not making me his girlfriend. It was just he didn't know that I was gonna be that one for his ass. Yeah. So I was just like, and he couldn't say that. Granted, I probably would have thought the explanation was stupid and that you was trying to cover it up, that you was talking to another female. So I'm glad you didn't tell me, because I was going to come up with every 11,000 assumptions in my head and would have been wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know what? I respect it, but I don't respect him because of how you did it. Like, I respect what you're saying. I feel where you're coming from, but I just don't respect you as a person, because it's just like, dang, my feelings was involved. Like, you just did not care. Then you went to posting on Instagram. So I was just like, that's just weird to me. Like, if you felt like I was too good to be true, just say that. Don't go posting on Instagram. Or if you felt like you couldn't say it to me, you could have, how I went to his sister girlfriend, you could have said, can you just deliver this message to Shant'e? Because I feel like coming from a girl, she probably understand more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even did all that. You ain't even did that. So of course I'm just a little, you're weird. But that was the time he ghosted me. Y'all, I was really upset because it took me a minute to get over that little boy, because I had really liked him. Because when I be in love, or when I just fall for somebody, baby, I be in love in 2.5 days. Like, it take me 2 to 5 business days to fall in love. So please don't come over here, period. But that was the story talking about how he ghosted me, y'all. If anybody ever ghosted y'all, please comment down below. Don't make me feel alone, because I feel alone sometimes. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you thumbs this video up, and make sure you turn your post notifications on so your phone can beat buzz, vibrate, and do whatever it does when you're posting another video. Love you guys.